What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Now today is a very special day because today is the day I get to show you guys something that you guys have been hounding me for ever since we teased it. So let's just get right down to brass tacks. Today, I am happy to present to you the St. Petersburg typewriter, AKA the Kami Tommy. Now last summer, we did a Curse Gun Images video where one of the pictures that we talked about was kind of a blend of an AK and a Thompson. Now I mentioned that if that video got over 200,000 likes, that we would try our own hand at making our own St. Petersburg typewriter. Guys, I'm not even kidding, that turned out to be our most liked video that we have ever done. Right now it's sitting at like just under 250,000 likes. Now doing something like an AK Thompson isn't exactly easy, especially if you want to do it right. But me and my guys, we were up to the challenge. A lot of work went into it, a lot of custom fabrication, all of which we'll get into later. But now I'm just happy to be able to show this off to you guys. And like I said, I'm a man of my fucking word. So I know what you guys really want. You want to see it in action.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So what the fuck is this thing? So originally we called it the St. Petersburg typewriter as kind of a, joke about a Russian AK equivalent of the Thompson, which is the Chicago typewriter. Specifically the model Thompson that had the drum magazine and this forward grip here. Iconic gangster weapon, and still looks pretty gangster as an AK. So Chicago typewriter, St. Petersburg typewriter, even though later on I started to like the name Kami Tommy a little bit better. Rolls off the tongue. Now the original photo had a drum in it, but it didn't really specify the caliber. So I asked you guys whether you wanted to go 45 ACP drums like the Thompson, or something a little bit more Soviet like the PPSH-41, which is chambered in 7.62 by 25 Takorev. The answer was resounding Soviet 7.62 Takorev, so that's the direction we went, and honestly it just kind of feels more AK somehow. Now just a reminder, it was my subscribers and the effort of this community that got us over that 200,000 like mark that made this gun happen. If you would like to be a part of said community, first off, be very, very careful. It's a jungle out there. But if that doesn't scare you away, you could always just hit that subscribe button. See more cool projects like this. Now something like this, obviously, like we were mentioning, is very, very custom. Almost every part on this gun was modified one way or other to end up with this final product. Very time and labor intensive. In fact, this project has been going on behind the scenes for several months. And since I get the feeling that this video is not going to be popular with our overlords, we'd like to thank our sponsor, TacPack, aka TacPack. TacPack is a monthly subscription service for all sorts of tactical goods and accessories like universal mag carriers, SOG combat axe thing, AR-15 carry tools, and a bunch more stuff. And if you're going to sign up with TacPack, be sure to use my code AKGuy. So check out that deal down in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you to TacPack for sponsoring the video. Now a lot of you guys might think that just making a 7.62 by 25 Takorev AK like this is just simply swapping a barrel. They don't really make those barrels, so the barrel had to be done completely from scratch, as well as a lot of the operation of the gun had to change a little bit, especially when it comes to feeding from a PPSH-41 drum, because I don't know if you know this, but AKs aren't built to do that. Most AKs don't have this going on, so we had to do some strategic cuts and actually design an entirely new magwell here. So Zach actually had to design plates to go in the front and back. We thought about an entire magwell assembly to do it, but it turns out just being easier all the way around for just plates, like one in the rear and one in the front that the drum can kind of press up against, slide into place, and it includes a feed ramp, so that the 7.62 Takorev can actually feed into the chamber without the traditional feed geometry of an AK front trunnion. Once again, designed for 7.62 by 39, which is dramatically different than 7.62 Takorev. So I'm radically oversimplifying this. We've got our modified mag well here, our mag catch, as well as the cut here to fit the drum, and this is our front plate here. Got our plate that's welded in place, the little bottom area here of the trunnion kind of taken away. Not really necessary, especially since there's no actual lockup in the trunnion. We went direct blowback since this is a pistol cartridge, but you've got your little feed ramp there that feeds rounds directly into the chamber. Shout out to Yankovic Armament for helping us out and laser cutting these for us, by the way. All this work with the magwell, mag catch, feed ramp, and the barrel is to allow us to be able to fire this little bad boy, 7.62 Takorev. Now, to show off some of the power that we're working with this gun being chambered in 7.62 by 25 Takorev, we're going to be doing our traditional White Claw penetration test. Sandbag, huge improvement for that, by the way. I think this White Claw smells like a rat, boys. Firing, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.